Okay, hello. You're cool. You are cool. 10 streak. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Today, we are showing the game to a new player who's been meaning to do this for a while. We have the free fly going on, so anybody can play. If you're watching the VOD of this afterwards and you haven't tried yet, and the experience isn't too bad, right here, try it out. Make your account, link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, go into the chat and type !SC and you'll get the link there. Hello, good morning, Blackout. String Daddy, you're finally getting into Star Citizen.
Yes, sir.
You've done part of the tutorial, but I'm going to be, admittedly, the tutorial is pretty bad. So I'm going to get you caught up on the rest of the game. It shows you the basic, like, how to move around the world, but it does not teach you a lot of the mechanics of the rest of the game. All right.
Okay.
So I got to boot the game up. First things first, we're going to start on Crusader. I just happened to be there. It is going to be a little, you found out, a little bit harder on your GPU because the entire planet is made out of gas, volumetric cloud. And we'll fly away from that and go somewhere else. But IAE is going on, so there's a convention center there. If you want, we can quickly check that out. You can go there and look at a bunch of big ships and rent them out.
What's IE?
IAE is the international, or sorry, no, the, what's not international, what's the I stand for? Intergalactic Aerospace Exposition, I believe. So all the in-game ship manufacturers, so they have design styles across different ship manufacturers in the game, and all the manufacturers are showing off their ships, and you can go and like rent them and fly them for 24 hours.
I remember the last video I watched on this. They were discussing creating a bunch of new ships. Do they regularly create new ships?
Oh yeah, like just for this event alone, three new ships came out. There was the Perseus, the Paladin. No, Paladin was like a few weeks before, and then the Clipper, and then the L-22 Alpha Wolf.
So once you purchase it, I guess you have to purchase a ship, right?
So when you buy the game, you buy the base package. There are multiple base packages. The cheapest one you can get is a $45 USD package. And if you buy that, you now have the game package for the rest of your life. You don't have to spend another cent in the game. You can earn nearly every single one of the ships in the game with in-game money. The problem with that is that it is an alpha, and every once in a while there are wipes. They do their best to not do wipes, or at least keep your stuff across wipes. But there will be a final wipe before the game releases in a 1.0 state. So anything you earn in-game will be gone. Anything bought with real money will stay. So if you want just a good starter ship, there are a few options for like $60, or $90, close to like the full price of like a single player game, that you can get, that will help you just start with ground running. The $45 packages, like they're limited in their scope because the gameplay is built around like ships and what they can do. But yeah,
so
you could,
I could spend $2,700 to get a Javelin.
You could if you wanted to. Here's the thing, and this is why I get it is ridiculous that something that exists, but it's not like a pay to win thing. Like, you're not, especially with engineering on its way. It's going into PTU. It just came out of tech test. It's going into PTU, and sorry, I'm just building my shaders right now. The big ships like that with engineering are going to be very difficult to manage by yourself. You will need other players with you to get the most out of a ship like that. So engineering, basically, the ship has a network of like relays and energy flow. So you'll have your engines like producing power. What are the power plants? You'll have a battery, you'll have a cooler, you'll have quantum drive, you'll have guns, you'll have life support. All of these things use power, and you need to manage those things. And if, like, say in a fight, people can target specific components of your ship, and if they take down, for instance, a certain relay, and a bunch of power was going through that relay, you either need to go replace that relay, like you walk up, you physically hold something and you put it into the wall, or you need to get an engineer to go on the screen and reroute power elsewhere, or pull power away from these guns so that they're not overwhelming your shield generator, etc., etc. So doing all that as a solo player on a capital-sized ship like the Javelin will be very difficult.
So, can all that only be done by other players, or are there NPCs that you could say hire as like a crew?
Their goal was to have There's two things. There's blades, and blades will like modify part of your ship, to like you'll get a bonus, like, you know, turning power here, but all of a sudden you have less firepower. Those can modify, and some blades I think were supposed to also like automatically operate your turrets for you. The further down the road goal, which I assume is not like a main thing for 1.0 for them, is to be able to hire NPCs to actually operate and live on your ship. Yes.
Okay. So for a ship like the Perseus, I'm looking at that right now.
Okay.
With all these like different weapon systems on it, do you have to physically be operating those weapon systems for them to like shoot at other things?
Yeah, so some ships you can slave your weapons to the pilot. So there are some, not every ship, it's a balancing thing for them. You know, they don't want a single person essentially flying a Perseus or a Javelin and using full firepower. Because then what's the point of having all the other space? Like, it's just overpowered, and then it is pay to win, because someone could just buy that right off the bat and now just dominate everyone. So there are, I think the Perseus has a couple guns that can slave to the pilot, but not all of them.
Okay. So like light fighters are more built for individual use, like a 325.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You can also get away with like individual use on heavy fighters as well. You're just gonna get more, because there's gonna be like one or two turrets on a heavy fighter that you'll want a second person probably operating just to get the full experience out of it, especially if you want to start dropping missiles and stuff. You can't shoot your weapons, like your pilot weapons, at the same time as shooting missiles, so you need to switch modes. So if you still want, bullets being fired, you'll want someone in the turret. But yeah, light fighters and medium fighters are going to be like your even a heavy fighter you can solo for the most part.
So when starting off the game,
by the way, I just sent you an invite, so you should see a thing pop up. You hit left bracket to accept it.
Yep, got it.
Cool. And I am going to join us into the verse in a second here. So yeah, next question.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so for starting off the game, does it make the most sense to get something like a light freight ship to be able to transport goods and generate like econ?
Yeah, so basically there's a few starter things you can do. One of the best starter ships now is probably, even though I hate it and I don't like how it flies, is the Drake Cutter. It gives you a little bit of everything. You can go do some mining, you can go do some cargo running, but yeah, the best thing to do is probably get a ship that will allow you to go out and do a gameplay loop that lets you just sell off a bunch of stuff quickly. And then cargo is a good way to do it, mining's a good way to do it, but also with cargo you need to know your good cargo routes, you need to know who's buying what where. There are missions that can guide you along that you can pick up, but there are also just places based off the economy that you might be like, okay, I know this place is buying medical supplies at a higher price, but maybe there's also like a lot of people defending that or something, So cargo can be complicated, but it is also a good way to start. Most people start with delivery missions. We'll pick up a couple here and dive in and see which ones like are the best for you. But a lot of people do like FedEx deliveries or like they'll UPS simulator off the beginning.
How long do you have to do that for to bike.
Hey, what's up, Avocado? Not too long. I would say if you want to go from a starter ship, and then here, I'm going to pull us into the verse. Let's start loading in. If you want to go from a starter ship to like, I mean, it depends what you're looking for. If you want to look for like a cargo ship, like a basic, like the next level up, I would say probably, if you're like playing, I guess, say, let's say 2 hours a day, you could probably get there in a week and a half for a next upgrade.
So you start off with sort of like a light freight ship. What's the next sort of ship you jump to, like a miner or like?
Depends on your gameplay. So that's it. So the major thing with Star Citizen is that there aren't, like, you don't have skill points. You don't. It's an MMO, but you don't spec points in anything. The whole idea is to make complicated gameplay loops that different people are attracted to different things, and then. For me, maybe I'll hire out a player. Like, I'll have someone in my crew, my organization, that does mining, that gets us resources that we can use then to craft items to build other things. So depends on the gameplay loop that you're feeling. Oh my god, sorry. It's chat. Let me know if my stream's going crazy right now. I'm gonna turn down my clouds.
Oh, you're already in the game. I'm still looking.
Yeah.
I'm in now.
Okay. Is it lagging, or is it fine on the stream right now? Yeah, I see over there. This is String Daddy, yes. It is laggy still? Even on, like... Okay, why? I have no idea what's going on with my computer lately. Did I switch, like, encoders? And then that's, like, fucking it up? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Like I've been streaming this game no problem, and other games no problem, and now all of a sudden I can't. What changed? So the only way to fix this is to end the stream, and then the YouTube video ends. Because I have it auto start. Yeah, it's just using my regular settings. I don't... Yeah, I'm very confused. Let me check my... Sorry, check it. 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm go to performance. What's going on? My GPU is... Okay, this has never happened before. My GPU is now at 100%. for 3D. It shouldn't be. What's up, Low Ronnie? Trying to figure out what's going on with my all of a sudden my computer's having issues with streaming, and I don't know why, and I'm really hoping it's not like a faulty GPU. Yeah, it says my 3D is suddenly on 100% usage, but that never used to happen. No, it's been happening with Arc Raiders as well. Right, I've streamed this. I've streamed this before. Wait, why does it say I have an AMD Radeon GPU in here? Is there like a maybe a built-in? I don't know. What the fuck? I do not have a Radeon. I have NVIDIA. Why would my 3D be fully used? It's never used to be that way. Is it? I wish there was a way to see what was using that specifically. Wait, OBS says it's using 75% of my GPU. What the fuck? I mean, that could be our problem. Why would OBS be using 75% of my GPU? Someone's saying that it's Stream Elements. So I wonder if Stream Elements is having an issue recently. I might have to reinstall Stream Elements, guys. Let me type. We're doing tech support as per usual on my stream. How do you, let's see. It's really hard for me to tell what part of OBS is doing this. without removing piece by piece. So what I might have to do to see if it is a Stream Elements thing is I might have to kill the YouTube video. I'm sorry, anyone that's watching on YouTube. Let's see if we can, if come over to Twitch, .tv/LeafX if you want to watch the rest of this. The VOD will be there as well. Hopefully this fixes it, and hopefully I can have it solved by next time by reinstalling stuff. But unfortunately, I will have to kill the YouTube just to test this out right now. Because once I restart it, it'll create an entirely new YouTube video, if that's not the issue. So I'm going to test this out. Thank you, Blackout. Appreciate it. Sorry, we're going to kill the YouTube. Little Ronnie, thank you for the follow. You helped me get through my pain right now. So let's see what happens when we kill the YouTube. Have a good rest of your day, Blackout. Anyone watching the VOD, bye-bye.